Fairy Godmother! Oh, what a world! Hooray! My servitude is ended!
Halloween is now creeping about, and this holiday wouldn't be very special without a tree. Hey, it's your boy D-Dubman of ReviewYaLife, and can you guys guess what I am this year? That's right, a fucking faggot. And tonight we'll be taking a look at one of my personal favorite Halloween specials, the Scary Godmother series. Cause you see, I was gonna review this, but only 3 people saw it, and I was also considering this, but only 7,000 people saw that. So I decided to weigh it down the middle. Well, for starters, Scary Godmother started as a book published in 1997 by Jill Thompson, who's also known for making various comics and books such as Swamp Thing and Wonder Woman. The premise of the story was that Scary Godmother is like a fairy godmother, but for Halloween. And due to the lack of Halloween books she tried to find for her niece at the time, she ended up making her own, and several others after that. And 6 years later, a movie adaptation was created. So now that we're up to date, I'm gonna review the 2 movies, but this time without taking scores, because then the video will be like 20 minutes long, and I wanna keep my demographic happy. So without further ado, let's jump into Scary Godmother, Halloween Spooktacular. Let's go. On October 31st, 2003, the first Scary Godmother movie premiered in Europe, Latin America, Australia, and Canada, while America had to take the time to promote it for next year on Cartoon Network in October 2004. Both movies were directed by Edgar Wright, who is also director for cinema classic Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. I'm also making all that shit up. You just got bamboozled. The actual director is Canadian Ezekiel Norton, who is also known for such films as 2003 CGI Spider-Man and Barbie in The Princess Power. The CGI is pretty dated in both movies, but it works really well for its time. After all, it was released during the prime of Jimmy Neutron. But I mainly like the use of art style in both of these movies. Everything and every color just pops when on a 3D canvas. The story of the first movie is about little Hannah Marie being babysitted by her dick of a cousin Jimmy and his friends Bert, Ernie, and Katie, who aren't any better, but they mean well, I guess. Hannah just so happens to be afraid of monsters, which is a buzzkill for Jimmy and his friends' Halloween plans on getting those goddamn king-size Snicker bars from Miss Johnson's house, who always keeps her lights off during Halloween because she knows that she doesn't have a light and gives out money instead because she has no candy. So instead of taking the little girl home, they decided to abandon her in a deserted house because that makes the most sense, apparently. Okay, for the record, I never said that the plot of this movie was good, but it is memorable. But have no fear, Scary Godmother is here to make sure Jimmy gets fucked up. But before that, let's meet her roommates, Mr. Scully Pettibone, the I'm assuming gay skeleton, Harry the Fat Wolf, the vampire family, and last but not least, which sort of turns the movie into a character get-together, but with a good purpose as Hannah learns to get less afraid of monsters throughout. The setting is now at a monster house party that Scary Godmother throws, and there's nothing but shenanigans and character development that happens during it. And as all of this happens, Hannah is more and more okay with the idea of Halloween. At the end of the movie, Hannah and all of her new monster friends plan to spook Jimmy and his friends for abandoning Hannah, which is good conflict resolution for a kids movie in my opinion. And all is resolved as little baby Hannah receives a key opening the door to Halloween Town, foreshadowing for the next movie.
If Halloween doesn't happen, the monsters can't get me. It's so simple. I'll just stop Halloween from coming.
Jimmy, what did I tell you about making faces? Stop it or your face will freeze like that!
Oh yeah, whatever. Huh? Uh-oh.
Scary Godmother, The Revenge of Jimmy premiered as a Cartoon Network exclusive on October 7, 2005, due to all the positive feedback on the last special. And this time, the movie revolves around Jimmy, the dick of a cousin who abandoned his own in a spooky mansion, getting revenge this Halloween by boycotting it. This may sound impossible on paper, but cartoons always find a way to make plots make sense. So, let's move on. Basically, what Jimmy is really doing is sabotaging Halloween for his friends and the rest of the neighborhood, so the holiday will be cancelled. And somehow, if Halloween is cancelled in one neighborhood, it tampers with Scary Godmother's Halloween world as well. As weird as that sounds, let's remember, it's a movie for kids. Explanation makes things boring. One part of Jimmy's diabolical scheme was smashing pumpkins, because you can't have Halloween without pumpkins. And he successfully does so, until Hannah made the most out of what they had, and used the pumpkins anyway. Another part of the scheme was to sabotage candy and costumes in all stores of the city, so they can't sell them. But Hannah comes back at it again, with the idea of recycling their old costumes and making their own treats. And the last part of his scheme was to ruin the old spook house with TP, so Hannah's Halloween party would get cancelled. But good old optimistic Hannah thought that it looked just like ghosts instead. I have yet to read the book, but I'm pretty sure they based the whole movie off of it. At least that's the kind of vibe I get in the pacing of the whole thing. At the end of the movie, Jimmy attempts to smash the best costume prize pumpkin, so it ruins Scary Godmother's Halloween party, which backfires over the Thriller dance. Long story short, Jimmy ends up scaring his biggest fear, Bugaboo, ironically, and ends up winning the best costume prize himself, which makes him learn what Halloween is all about. So all in all, both of these movies are great festive-wise. They'd even weigh heavy on the trick-or-treating aspect of the holiday, just Halloween in general, dressing up, having fun with your friends, creepy creatures of the night, and having a good time. To be honest, I only reviewed these movies for the fact that it didn't air at all on Cartoon Network last year. I'm not sure if it was a licensing issue or it didn't have enough room on the program card to play it. But these movies have been tradition for the last 12 years, and it's a shame how they could just cut it off like that. It still has enough books in this series for them to make another movie, or a short, or anything. Just keep the spirit of Halloween alive for the next generation in animation. And no, that doesn't mean show a Teen Titans Go Halloween marathon. Just let them know what they have before it's forgotten. This is D-Dubman of ReviewYaLife, wishing you all a happy Halloween. Also, shameless channel plug. Check out the channel Just Another Reviewer on YouTube right now. He's just like me, but only terrible. See ya!
Ooh, we like hot sauce. Hit it with the move like hot sauce. 1, 2, 3 like hot sauce. Shake it real fast like hot sauce. Ooh, we like hot sauce. Hit it with the move like hot sauce. 1, 2, 3 like hot sauce. Shake it real fast like hot sauce, yeah.